The War Doctor's regeneration was a sudden and unexpected event at the end of Doctor Who's 50th anniversary special. How does it fit into the main Doctor Who timeline? For those of you who don't know, the War Doctor is, technically, the 9th incarnation of our favorite Time Lord, although he wasn't introduced until 2013, long after the real 9th, 10th, and 11th Doctors made their debuts, and they have all retained their numbering, as the Doctor is a bit coy about the incarnation that fought in the Time War. He's the one that he or she doesn't speak about. In a way, the War Doctor isn't a real version of the Doctor at all. Played by John Hurt, the War Doctor had to be slotted into the Doctor Who roster retrospectively, meaning that his first appearance and his death were hurriedly explained. We've mentioned in a previous article how he came into being, following on from the 8th Doctor after he drank the elixir of the Sisterhood of Khan. But his death was a somewhat swifter affair, and it's still not entirely clear how he died. The key moment came at the end of the Day of the Doctor, with the War Doctor taking off in his tardis. Suddenly his hands began to glow, and the resigned Time Lord said,
"Yes. Of course, suppose it makes sense. Wearing a bit thin."
This is a reference to the first Doctor's regeneration, where the dying Doctor made a similar comment about his own body. The implication was that time was simply catching up with him. He was, to all intents and purposes, dying of old age. And whilst the plausibility of this can be debated, given that the War Doctor seemed to be in perfect health when he left in the TARDIS, the big question is, which body is John Hurt's Doctor regenerating into? It's strongly implied that he is turning into the 9th Doctor, Christopher Eccleston, although this is never explicitly shown on screen. Eccleston had declined to appear in the 50th anniversary special, and even though an appearance could have been faked with CGI wizardry, the production team decided against it, as it could have been misleading. They didn't want to give the impression that Eccleston had actually joined them on set. But if you look closely, you may see the faintest hint of the 9th Doctor's eyes as the regeneration process finishes. It is very likely, therefore, that the War Doctor turns into the Eccleston's Doctor at the end of the 50th anniversary special, although these days there is a big question mark hanging over the Doctor's incarnations and when they all happened. The 2021 episode The Timeless Children made dramatic changes to the established Doctor Who canon, revealing that the first Doctor was, in fact, a little girl who was found at the gateway to another dimension on a mysterious alien world. She was rescued by a traveler and scientist named Tectun, who sought to understand this child's regenerative abilities. As a result, the Doctor actually became fundamental to the founding of Gallifreyan society. But more importantly, in The Timeless Children, the young Doctor is seen to regenerate countless times as they are experimented on by Tectun. And we know from Fugitive of the Judoon that there are many other forgotten incarnations of the Doctor wandering the cosmos. Incarnations that came long before William Hartnell. So could the same be true for the War Doctor? It's certainly possible that a number of other forgotten incarnations could have come between Hurt and Eccleston, and who knows, maybe a future showrunner will pick up on this plot point. Certainly, many people have speculated about the regeneration between the 2nd and 3rd Doctors over the years. The transition between these two Time Lords was never shown on screen, so it's possible that the Doctor could have worn some other bodies before settling on the Jon Pertwee incarnation. Most people, though, will settle on the established order of things. Patrick Troughton regenerated into Jon Pertwee, and the War Doctor regenerated into the 9th. Searching for other explanations has the potential for all kinds of headaches, and renumbering the Doctors is always a risky business. Think of all those tattoos that would need to be redone. And whilst the War Doctor's incarnation was one of the briefest in Doctor Who history, his story has been greatly expanded by the audio company Big Finish, who have produced a plethora of box sets chronicling his adventures during the Time War. Moreover, the company has started releasing a new series of Origin box sets, subtitled The War Doctor Begins. The first of these picks up straight after the War Doctor's first appearance in The Night of the Doctor, and explains how he became the hard-bitten fighter that we see in the 50th anniversary special. So, whilst the War Doctor's regeneration may have been a swift and somewhat unexpected affair, it did bring some continuity to the Doctor Who timeline, if we accept that John Hurt was changing into Christopher Eccleston. In our next blog post, we'll explore the departure of the Ninth Doctor, an event that took place some 8 years earlier. Wibbly-wobbly, timey, why may. See you there. How do you think the War Doctor's regeneration fits into the Doctor Who timeline? Do you think John Hurt was really regenerating into Christopher Eccleston? Let me know in the comments below.
This is my favourite Doctor Who merch thing basically of the year, I think. So it's the Lavalzi 13 inspired...
Sorry, I just covered you up.
13 inspired scarf. It's just so lovely.
What's lovely about this is that it's not an exact replica of her scarf, which I actually think for me would have been a too bright a scarf anyway.
It's a bit more muted.
So it's more muted, but the stripes are exactly pretty much the same as the stripes on her shirt. So it's like her shirt as a scarf, but she already has a scarf that's quite similar to this as well.
It's really soft, it's really lightweight. It's one of those scarves that you
it
can
keeps
like
me so
wind
warm.
round a few times.
The brand and repping my love for Doctor Who without being over the top, or like
Cozy chic.
if I'm walking around the office, people might not necessarily know that it's Doctor Who. Fashion. So this is, I think, $24.99 from Lavalzi, so not crazy expensive, I think, compared to like maybe like the Tom Baker scarves.
Well,
and
like
stuff.
the Paul Smith scarf, for example, that Jodie actually wears is about £80.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Something like that. So
Yeah.
if you
Also
just want
incredible.
like a day-to-day lovely scarf, the quality of the Lavalzi one is really lovely.
It's just such a good, like, yeah, I think it's honestly, like you said, probably one of my favourite pieces as well, because it's like properly curated, like fan piece. It's not like a replica or a sort of tacky bit of merch.
Yeah, it's
sort
like a
of
new
thing.
bit of merch.
It's just really nice. I really like it. So this, I think on the website is called the Doctor Who laptop bag, but I actually use it as like a travel bag because I don't know if you can see, but it's really quite big.
Quite substantial.
So I take overnight stuff in this. Like I brought all my stuff here with my laptop and some books, some clothes and stuff here to Kez's. If I go to my mum's, I'll take all my stuff in it. If it's a laptop and much more. It's really nice. It does come with a long strap, which I don't actually use, and it's at home. But
You can pop it on your shoulder, or you can have it in the crook of your arm, something similar.
like fashion, darling.
Yes. It's
Talk
got
more
a
about
nice zip at the front. I mean, I'm just showing the fact that it has a zip. It has another zip for the main bit. Fancy that.
Inside, it's got a total of 1, 2, 3 pockets, 3 pen holders, which I had not noticed, and also straps inside. Oh no, there's one massive pocket. What's this for?
I think that's for the laptop.
Oh my god, there's like an actual pocket for the laptop. Oh my gosh.
It might also be good if you go to the gym. Like it would
Yeah,
be a
it
good
would
gym
be a great gym bag.
or something similar
Yeah,
like that.
I agree.
But yeah, definitely for like overnight stuff. Like if you're going for a weekend away or just staying with family or something.
Yes, I really like it. I think it's a lovely gift for if you want to get someone a bigger present, or if you want it for yourself, just like if you need a new bag.
There's a nice variation of things here with things that are more kind of gifty, and then actually what if your friend actually needs a scarf or a bag or a purse or something similar.
It's something that they will use as opposed to like something that's maybe a bit not tacky, but like maybe something they wouldn't use. Do you know what I mean? Like if there's only so many TARDISes you can do.